Shalom, shalom, shalom. Kawada, for tuning in to Wednesday Wisdom. I'm your Captain Samshawan. And who do I have with me, Reed?
Officer Barazon.
Fine. We're about to dive into Sirach. I know I was supposed to be still touching on the wisdom of Solomon, but after the Day of Atonement and then coming back with the Feast of Tabernacles, we had a good evening when it came to those scriptures. But we'll come back later and dive into that, breaking down some more knowledge out of the wisdom of Solomon. Today, though, we're going to be diving into Sirach. So we can get some information out of there. The title of the class is The Wisdom of Yahawashi, son of Sirach. Now, as y'all know about the Apocrypha, it says Jesus, but as we know, it's Yahawashi. Yahawashi is a common name for the children of Israel. The name Yahawashi, Mashiach Yahawashi that came on the scene, he wasn't the first Yahawashi. One of our first Yahawashis that we have in the scriptures is Joshua, believe it or not. Joshua, spoken in the Hebrew, would be Yahawashi. Spoken in the Greek, it'll be Jesus, as they say today. Some people you might hear might say a Latin form of it, Jesus in a sense. Some people trying to say that's saying hail Zeus. We don't have nothing to do with Zeus. Okay. But that's just the information people put out there, and then other people grab this pseudo information and run with it because they're trying to find stuff to fit their doctrine. Because, as you know, the children of Israel, we want to get our stuff back and believe everything is tainted once we get it back. But the Most High kept it pure for us and give us the knowledge to break it down when it came to that understanding, even when we got our stuff back. With our scriptures, our heritage, everything about it. So, but again, we're going to dive into the book of Sirach. But as always, we're going to start off with the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. Read that, brother.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17.
Done.
And whatsoever you do in word or deed,
Yep.
do all in the name of Mashiach Yahawashi, giving thanks to the Adonai and the Abba by him.
So whatever you do, in your words and your deeds, always give thanks to Mashiach Yahawashi, praising the Father that's in heaven, which is our power. So because people like to ask us, do we believe in Yahawashi? Do we believe in this guy they call Jesus? We believe in that man. We also got to break it down and understand who was this man when he walked the planet. How did he look? You can't say you know somebody and you don't know how he looked, or his attributes about him, or how he lived his life. Because people say they're Christians and they're followers of Christ, but yet they do not do nothing Christ said do. Christ said be perfect. How many of people out here strive to try to be perfect? You understand, you might fall here and there, but if you fall, don't stay down, get back up. But let's dive into some wisdom dealing with how we should walk through this life. Called, it's a life, man. It's crazy inside here. But that's why we got to try to keep ourselves set apart, praise the Most High in our daily walks. Let's start off with Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 1.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
All wisdom coming from the Most High.
Say that again.
All wisdom coming from the Most High.
So if you walk around thinking you got some wisdom in science and all these other type stuff, Scientology and this, if it ain't the wisdom dealing with the Most High, and you can take you to something that the Most High said and something that he left here, you have no wisdom at all. Keep going.
And is with him forever.
Is what?
Is with him forever.
His wisdom is going to be with him forever, and he gives it to whom so he chooses, when he wants to. Keep going.
Who can number the sand of the sea?
Who can number the sand of the sea? We got all this technology, man, try to do. Man want to try to go into the outer atmosphere, but yet he can't number the sand of the sea. He can't even search out the deeps. But let's keep going.
And the drops of rain.
Who can count the drops of rain? We got all this, what is called on Instagram and all these Snapchats and stuff where they make the rain pause and move it around like they magicians and all this stuff. You can't even count the raindrops in there. You can pause it and you still can't count all the raindrops. But I guarantee you're going to have somebody try to do it. Let's go. Keep reading.
And for days of eternity.
the days of it? Can you count the days of eternity? Can you? You like to say the earth been around for 100 million years. You just throwing a number out there. You really don't know how long it's been.
It's a theory.
And that, again, like you just said, it's a theory. It can't be proven. Keep going, King.
Who can find out the height of heaven?
Who can find out the heights of heaven? How high do the heavens go? How far is it? How vast is it? They try. They can't do it. Keep going.
And the breadth of the earth.
The depth of the earth. How deep is it? Keep going.
And the deep and wisdom.
Yep, the deep and the wisdom. Can you find out these things? Because people walk around with wisdom, but in actuality, you have no wisdom. The Most High is going to use the simple things to confuse and confound the wise thing. And y'all going to try to figure that out. Well, let's keep going.
Verse 4. 5. So, 4, yeah. Wisdom had been created before all things.
Say that again.
Wisdom had been created before all things.
So before anything was created, wisdom was created. And guess who was created with wisdom? Mashiach Yahawashi. And Mashiach Yahawashi is the embodiment of wisdom. That is wisdom. As we brought up in previous classes before, dealing with wisdom, especially in the wisdom of Solomon. Keep reading, King.
Verse 4. Wisdom had been created before all things. And the understanding of prudence from everlasting.
The understanding of prudence. The understanding to complete from everlasting. This stuff been here. You can't beat that, man. Keep going.
The word of Yahweh Most High is the foundation of wisdom.
And what they call Mashiach Yahawashi and John, they literally called him the Word. Without him, nothing was made. The Most High had wisdom in order to create these things. It wasn't no coincidence. This thing just didn't just happen. I'm gonna plug a Christian movie real quick. It got some cool stuff with it, but I don't like it. You feel me? Because they use that in Christianity. You feel me? It's called God's Not Dead. You ever saw that before?
It's a documentary, right?
No, it's a movie. It is a movie.
I heard of it, but I never seen it.
It's a movie. No documentary. It's a movie. And I think they got, what's the name that played him? Hercules?
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
The dude that used to play Hercules back in the day?
Yeah, that movie. Yeah, I didn't watch that movie. That's all it
You
was.
bringing it up? I know right now people might not be able to see the screen because we have internet issues here. So we streaming another way today. That's the movie right there. God's Not Dead.
When it ages for
What's his name? Kevin Sorbo.
Sorbo.
With Kevin Sorbo, this movie here, God's Not Dead. It's a tripped out movie.
What?
How long is it? How long is the movie? Because I don't think it's that long.
What, the hour and a half hours?
Yeah, about 2 hours. It got me caught up, you feel me? Because I wanted to see what is y'all about to say. Now, Kevin Sorbo, he's a professor at a university. He's trying to get all the Christians in the class to denounce the Bible because of how his class is. A student challenged him. I'm gonna leave it at that. The student comes with some powerful information for the professor about how the world was created. I only bring this up because wisdom was from the beginning. Without Yahawashi, nothing was made. So they say how everything, hey man, I'm not going to go into it. But if you have time, check out this 2-hour long movie. I believe it's on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, this movie is on Netflix. Oh, it's on Hulu. Oh, as well as it says right there. Well, again, I believe it's on Netflix. God's Not Dead. I think they got a part 2 of it as well. I ain't watched part 2. But part 1 came out in 2014. Check it out. Crazy. Just to show you how the wise can get confounded with the simple things. Let's keep going. Verse 5.
The book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 5.
Right.
The word of Yahweh, Most High, is the foundation of wisdom.
He's the foundation of wisdom. Go ahead.
And her ways are everlasting commandments.
And his what?
And her ways are everlasting commandments.
So when people try to tell me the commandments are done away with, I gotta look at them a little funny. This just sat up here and told me the commandments are everlasting. The everlasting commandments. That means they're not going nowhere.
Never ending.
Never ending. Back it up real quick. Hold that group for one. You know where I was going. You know where I was going.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Cut.
This is the book of the commandments of the Most High.
Come on, man. It ain't the commandments of Moses. Not the commandments of Yahawashi, Yahawashi. This is the commandments of the Most High. Keep going.
And the law that endureth forever.
How long?
Forever.
Hey, forever is a long time. Keep going.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
Pause. All they that keep it shall come to life. This is what the Most High gave Adam at the beginning of the Bible. When he said he breathed life into him, this was the life he breathed into him, these commandments. Because I heard a conversation the other day talking about Adam was the only person here. But that don't make no sense because who did the kids marry? It breaks down. You gotta understand where this information even came from. I ain't even going there. That's too deep right now. But keep going.
Only that keep it shall come to life.
Yeah.
But such as leave it shall die.
Can these bones live? This is Ezekiel 37. Prophesy unto these bones, Ezekiel. Read the scriptures to them. Show them the prophecies written up in this book. No other book got prophecies in it. You might try to bring up Nostradamus, what's his name? I was about to say something else. Nostradamus or Nostradamus or...
Yeah, I said that. You think I'm the one by a poem movie?
Not your dumb, but I ain't gonna go here.
Yeah.
No, I was about to say something else. Not Nostradamus.
Yeah.
No, not him.
His version.
Not him. But these books that he came out with all these haikus and all this other stuff in it, talking about he got some deep breakdowns. That's foolish breakdown. Because when you read something, it doesn't pinpoint. It's not on point. It gives a vague description of something that can be anything. But when the scriptures break down the prophecy, it's on point. It's pinpoint. It's letting you know exactly what it is. But we ain't going to touch on that anymore. Keep going, King.
Only that leave it shall come to life. But such as leave it shall die.
You keep the commandments, you live. You don't keep the commandments, you die. You never been keeping the commandments, you're a walking zombie. It's just that simple. Our people are walking zombies out there. And we trying to wake them up and bring them back one at a time. And you wonder why they make all these zombie movies. It's depicting you, black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman. My brothers and sisters spread across the four corners of this earth. You are the zombies they depict in these movies. The same way they depict you as a monkey in Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes. Rise of the Apes. What was the other ones? All these different movies dealing with the apes in movies. You are that ape. The same way they had that boxer as King Kong.
The basketball player, King James. That was King Kong in one of the comments under the ads. So the white woman in his hand, he's under the building.
See, and everything got to be surrounded by this crazy white woman.
Literally, he was.
I hope y'all leave that white woman alone. You should have learned from all the Tilda mistake. And it wasn't even a mistake he made. She lied. So let's go back to Sirach.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 6.
Right.
To whom had the root of wisdom been revealed?
Who has wisdom been revealed to? You got the precept?
I believe it's Isaiah 20.
What?
So we go to Isaiah 28, right? 28, 9. About what you took you the wisdom to?
Who are your precept? I want to see if you got a dagger, man. You gotta have a dagger. Who's the law given to a foe?
Oh, that book. This one, that Psalms.
Psalm 147:19.
Which one is that?
Oh, who is Isaiah? I want to see what you got to go with.
This is a different lesson. Okay, I get it now. So Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Wow.
When
When you're dealing with the milk, you have to show the people what the milk is. And that goes into a lot of other scripture after scripture after scripture. But Psalms 147, 19 and 20. This is simple. Everybody like reading Psalms, so they can't get around that. Because when they read Psalms 23, let's see what Psalms 147 say though. Read that for me.
the book of Psalm, this is the book of Psalm, chapter 147, verse 19.
Come.
He showed his word unto Jacob.
He did what?
He showed his word unto Jacob. His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Keep going.
He had not dealt so with any nation.
He dealt so with any other nation. Keep reading.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
The other nations have not known the judgments of the Most High for breaking his commandments. They have not been put under a bondage, hard bondage under other nations because they broke the commandments. They're going to be put in bondage just because that's what they was created for. And it's not going to be a harsh bondage like they did us. It's going to be a righteous bondage. Why? Because that's what they was created for. Everybody was created to serve the Most High. But there's levels to this thing, as they like to say in the streets. Everybody ain't sitting at the same level. Israel is sitting on top. The same way them 12 tribes are not sitting on the same level. There's levels to this thing. Levi is sitting on top. They got the how can I say it? The right next to the Most High. The honor of the Most High. Judah got the scepter, true indeed, but the Levites are the ones that got the service of the Most High. And even breaking their name down, Loyah. What does Loyah mean? How?
The lawgiver? No.
Yeah. History lesson. Homework. We call these names out, but what do they mean? Yahawashi, Loyah, Rehoboam. What does these names mean when it comes to the 12 children? That's your homework. Anybody that's watching the class, that's your homework. We'll figure that part out. Look through your scriptures, search your scriptures. Just don't Google it. Go through your scriptures and see if you can find these answers out. And you'll be surprised how easy it is just to learn it. The same way how we break this stuff down when we come to the scriptures. What does this mean? We go to the scriptures and find it out. What is the light? We find the scripture. It tells us what the light is. What does Yasharallah mean? We go to the scriptures. It tells us what it means. And those that try to get so deep into it, oh, I want to dive into the Hebrew. Sometimes you don't need to touch the Hebrew. I can deal with the translators from the Hebrew to the English. I can rock with them because they was learned men in the Hebrew at their time. They was learned men in the Greek at their time. So they understood what they used. And if they didn't have a word to use, they transliterated it. They didn't translate it, they transliterated the word. And they took this word and just put it over. Use the letters and the sounding to spell that word in the same language. That's why one day we was out teaching, somebody asked me, is there a Hebrew word in the Bible? There's several. But just to give you one off the top, if anybody asks you that, and all you got to do is do your due diligence and figure it out. Satan is a Hebrew word. Gad is a Hebrew word. It's just that simple. Look at the letters and see what it means. Do you know why they spelled it like that? Let's keep going. I ain't gonna keep diving into all this good information out there. But this is part of the wisdom. Once you start walking in the wisdom with the Most High, you start doing your due diligence and start studying. Get around some learned men that y'all can go back and forth with the word. Keep going.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Unto whom had the knowledge of wisdom been made manifest?
Wait. Verse 6. Ain't finished 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. To whom had the root of wisdom been revealed?
Yep.
Or who had known her wise counsel?
Who has known the wise counsel of the Most High? We seek out these scriptures to find his counsel. We sit down amongst other learned men to seek counsel. Before we go out and do certain things, guess what you should do? Seek counsel. Before you get married and deal with that woman or deal with that man, guess what you should do?
Seek counsel.
Seek counsel. But a lot of our people don't like seeking counsel. You know what you want to do?
You go to him?
No. They want to go sit on more Povich.
Wow.
Ricky Lake for the older
Oh,
folks.
yeah.
Jimmy Jones? I forgot the other lady name. The other white lady that used to be on TV. Oprah Winfrey.
But Jay Springer, too. Look at that.
Jerry Springer.
That got me.
What was the dude with the bald head? Dr. Phil.
That's a good dude.
Dr. Phil just got a divorce. How about that? How about that?
All praises.
So, but try seeking the counsel of the Most High. Deal with men that deals with the scriptures and get some counsel from that. How about that there? Let's keep going.
Verse 7. Unto whom hath the knowledge of wisdom been made manifest?
Yep.
And who had understood her great experience?
Her great what?
Her great experience.
The great experience?
The great experience.
How about read that again? Read that.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Unto whom had the knowledge of wisdom been made manifest?
Yep.
And who had understood her great experience?
You mean to tell me dealing with the wisdom of the Most High, you can have an experience? So, we got our forefathers. All you got to do is look at their experience that they had with the Most High and the wisdom they possessed and how they did things. They said David was a friend of, what am I supposed? Was David a friend of the Most High?
No.
His heart was with the Most High?
It's better for Most High's heart.
But yet, they committed adultery. David had somebody murked. But yet and still, scriptures say David heart was with the Most High. You can't get around that. Why is that? Why is that? We don't dive people into these scriptures. You gotta say to them. Keep going. Verse 8.
Verse 8. There is one wise and greatly to be feared.
Uh-huh.
The Most High sitteth upon his throne.
That's who you should fear. Now, somebody might think, should I be afraid of him? Am I scared of him? Because I was talking to this sister in this group chat in the Saints. And it was going over certain things. And one of her things was fear. Should I fear him? Like I'm scared? Or is it a different kind of word for fear? Like reverence. Somebody said, well, why do they use the word reverence? But it does, in a sense, because it's telling you he's your father. You don't fear your father, but your father got to strike something in you to make you say, okay, if I do this, daddy's going to kick my behind. Well, it gets you to thinking. So you don't just go out there and do anything all willy-nilly. Psalms 47. Psalms 47:7.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 47 and verse 7. For Yahweh is the king of all the earth.
He was what?
He is the king of all the earth.
Uh-huh.
Sing ye praises with understanding.
Wait, say that again.
Sing ye praises with understanding.
So if you want to sing a praise unto the Most High, guess what you should have? Understanding. Just don't sing just to sing. Because there's songs out there, I can't pick them off the top of my head, but there are some Christian songs that they sing just to sing. It's like, they sing it just to sing it. And it has nothing to do with Scripture.
Yeah, we said that way. There's a lot of songs like that for sure.
Some try to go along with Scripture, but they don't have the understanding that goes along with the Scripture. But they'll sing a song to it, and they'll think they're praising the Most High. But the Most High just told us, sing a praise with understanding. Keep going.
Sing praises unto the Most High. So I missed what's
Start at 7 again. Read 7 again.
For Yahweh is the King of all the earth. Sing ye praises with understanding.
Yep.
God reigneth, Yahweh reigneth over the heathen.
He does what?
He reigneth over the heathen.
Even though the heathens got their own gods, the Most High still reigns over them. Keep going.
Yahweh sitteth upon the throne of his holiness.
He's the ones that sit upon the throne. Nobody else is sitting on his throne with him. You got Yahawashi that sits at the right-hand side of him. Now. And he's going to come back and do what he got to do. Because there will be an order passed out from the Most High. The Most High is not going to leave his throne. He's going to send his top man to go handle business. Hamashiach Yahawashi. Keep going.
Verse 9. The princes of the people are gathered together.
Uh-huh.
Even the people of Yahweh, of Abraham, the power of Abraham. For the shields of the earth belong unto Yahweh. He is greatly exalted.
Read it again, Carl.
This is the book of Psalms, the 47, verse 9.
Come.
The princes of the people are gathered together.
The princes of the people are gathered together. Who is the prince of the people? Huh?
Yahawashi.
It's a princes of the people.
Oh, that's us.
The children of Israel are gathered together. Keep going.
Even the people of the power of Abraham.
We are the people of the power of Abraham. Keep going.
For the shields of the earth belong unto Yahweh.
The shields of the earth belong to the Most High. Who is the shields of the earth?
That be us as well?
No. And some people might say us, but it's also the angels are his shields as well. They go down and handle business. Keep going.
He is greatly exalted.
And the Most High is going to be exalted when all these things fall into place. Right.
That makes it with Psalms 34:7. The righteous angels, sing the righteous angels to encamp around me, protect me, shields. So what you're saying, yeah, okay. That makes even more sense now.
You feel me? When we just did our prayer, ask for the angels to come down and give us this wisdom. That's how stuff goes out. He is our shield, our protector. He's not going to do it himself, but he sent others to do it for him. And when they do it, that's like him doing it.
This is the one we read about again in Psalms 92. He's a shield and a buckler. Like it says, this last scripture says that the Most High is our shield. He's our refuge. You can compare shield to a refuge as well, or some kind of protection.
That's what he is. But does he do it?
No.
He sent his angels to do it.
And he gets the glory.
Just how he said, the only reason why he's good because you protected him. You got angels around him. Remove them angels so I can get to him. All right, cool. I'll do that. Don't touch him though. And what he did? If Satan fell from heaven like they say he did, when the Most High said, don't touch him, guess what he would have did? He would have touched him. He already disobeyed already. So what's one more disobedient word? But people don't think about these things. So how can you literally say there's falling angels? Satan took with him 1/3 of the angels to go do what they wanted to do. See, but this is what Christianity teaches. And they will sing this crazy song about that.
So like, it's not why, me personally, that's one of the reasons why I didn't understand going to Christian church, because it was just so confusing, everything they were saying. When we read the book of 1 Corinthians 14:38, it says the Most High is not the author of confusion. So, but they're quoting our books, and it's confusing everybody.
Because it's a, how they call it, a trick bag. They gonna put you in a trick bag, and you gonna fell for the okie doke. And we all fell for the okie doke. What really got me irked was when I went to seminary school, searched these scriptures, because I wanted to find a place where they was reading this thing where you in a church and two people are getting married. Okay, I'm gonna find this. You can promise to hold and respect and do this and do that.
Right.
So forever you shall live. I do. Mind you, they holding the Bible while they saying these words.
Yep.
You know what I found out? If you get a notary license, somebody that signs a little paper and stamp it, you can marry people.
Really?
How about that?
Bring that up.
When I took the class and I did a little test for that, I'm like, wait, what? You can marry people? I paid y'all $10 and then I can marry people? Wait a minute. You telling me a person with a notary can marry people? How many people do that?
I do.
If you online, mind you that. See, check to see who's watching the comments real quick for me. Pull it up. Yeah, I know. Oh, turn around. There we go. Oh, you pulled it up there? Good. Shalom, sis. Tribal Judah sister. How many people online from? Let me see. 10? Alright, out of the 10 people that's watching, if you knew that all you need was a notary public to marry people, put a 1 in the message board for me. If you knew that. If you didn't know that, put a 2. Because after you get this information, I want you to go tell everybody. Go tell everybody and go do your own research. Tribal Judah sister knew that. She put a 1, she knew that. So she might got to know the Republic. You feel me? People who know that is the only people that got to know the Republic. That's not just information you go find out. So if you watch this video later on for whoever, put that in the comment board, in the comments, in the messages, to know if you do that or not. And then pause the video, go look it up for your state and see what the deal is. But let's get back. Let's get back to Sirach.
This is the book of Sirach. Chapter 1, verse 8. There is one wise and greatly to be feared. The Most High sitteth upon his throne.
Yep.
He created her. He saw her and numbered her and poured her out upon all his works.
Upon what?
All his works.
Pause right there. Turn to Joel 2:28 for me, but just hold it. He said he poured out his wisdom upon all his works. Everything he created, he gave it wisdom on to do certain things. That goes for the animals. That goes for the children of Israel. That also goes for the heathen. That goes for the moon, the sun, the stars. All his works got wisdom to operate in their own capacity. Read that from me, Joel.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 28.
Cut.
And it shall come to pass,
Uh-huh.
afterward, I will pour out my spirit.
Is what?
My spirit.
Now, mind you, the Most High got all kinds of spirits he can pour out. He can pour out a spirit to have you go do some wickedness. Now, when I say pour out a spirit, that means an angel is coming to do something, good or bad, however he so chooses. Keep going.
I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
Yep.
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy.
How are you going to prophesy unless the Holy Spirit dwells in you? Pause right there. Hold Joel. You're going to go to Luke. Luke 1. Coming back to Joel, and then we're going to come back to Sirach. So we got to go to Luke real quick. Luke chapter 1. Let's see where it's at. should be around 60 something.
Seven?
64. Start at 64 real quick.
64?
Let me see. Let me read up a little bit. 63. Yeah, 64. Right.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 64. And his mouth was open immediately, and his tongue loosed, and he spake, and praised Yahweh.
Now that's talking about John the Baptist right there. Verse 67.
67.
Kind.
And his father, Zacharias, was filled with the Holy Spirit, and prophesied, saying,
Wait, read that again. Read the slow form.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 67.
Kind.
And his father, Zacharias, was filled with the Holy Spirit.
Pause right there. This is one of the spirits the Most High was just talking about in Joel. Keep going.
And prophesied.
And did what?
And prophesied.
What it said in Joel what we would do? Prophesy. But this is Zechariah prophesying right here in Luke chapter 1 verse 67. So he made a promise in Joel. This is part of the fruition coming in verse in Luke. Not just there, but when Christ said, I will leave and another comforter will come. When they sat down in the in Acts, and they sat down in there, the Spirit came in there, and everybody had tongues. And they started speaking in tongues. It wasn't in there talking about soul. They wasn't in there doing that craziness. They were speaking in different languages so the people that came can understand. Darn, these people been in Galilee all this time. How the heck are they speaking Egyptian right now? Because Jews from out of every country came there for a high holy day that they was in. Now go back to Joel 4.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 28.
Come.
And it shall come to pass afterward, but I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
Yep.
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy.
So the sons and daughters are going to prophesy. So for those that's out there talking about, oh, y'all hate women, you're women bashers, that's nonsense. So Scripture just told us women are going to prophesy, children are going to prophesy, men are going to prophesy. These three things are going to happen. Keep going.
Your old men shall dream dreams.
Yep.
Your young men shall see visions.
Yep.
And also upon the servants and
upon the who?
Upon the servants.
Upon our servants, what's going to happen?
And upon thy handmaids,
yep.
In those days will I pour out my spirit.
So when you're looking at YouTube and you see this white person pop up talking about, you guys are the children of Israel. You wonder why they just doing this out of the blue. All this time they wasn't saying nothing, but now they saying it. I'm throwing it out there. I want to throw a little bit out there. They got this thing called Clubhouse on if you got an iPhone. You feel me?
Android.
It's on Android now too? So it's on Android as well. So they got this thing called Clubhouse, and you got all kinds of rooms in there. These people made a room, when I say these people, meaning the Jewish people made a room in there, and they was going back and forth about these black Jews. Some of them giving reverence to the black Jew. Other ones are saying, no, I don't want to sit in the synagogue with them. You feel me? I'm not going to go into what they were saying. But this is them on their platform where they can create, anybody there can go create a room and spew any kind of nonsense they want. But this is what they was in there talking about. And other Jewish people was like, I'm not about to go to the synagogue with you no more. Because I see how y'all really think. If you happen to got the vaccine shot, if you happen to have it, so you can travel, go to Israel. When you get to Israel, go to Old Jerusalem. They got a little tour in there once you get to back there near the Western Wall type thing. Go upstairs into this place where they sit down and they walk around, how they're going to say they're going to rebuild the temple. They show you a video. In this video, have no black people in it. So they're going to say, they're telling you literally, we're going to be in our kingdom and there's no Negroes allowed. If I would have known this is what was going to happen in the video, I would have been recording it. But I didn't realize this as he's looking at it. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. There's no Negroes in this. So you're trying to tell me heaven ain't going to have no Negroes? Hey man, this is how they portray things.
But they've been doing it for the longest time though. Every time they show in any kind of media when there's heaven, I think it's after the 1980s because all the people getting sued for not how long people of color or there. So everything they would show is always a white heaven with just white people, white faces everywhere.
No, check it out. You do realize they got certain movies that has no black people in it.
See how few is still out there.
I'm talking about now.
There's still a few, yeah, I know.
They're creating a movie right now, and you will not see one black face in it. They'll put an Indian man in there first. See if we can get you some color.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, hey, one of the oldest movies that's a biblical movie was called Green Pastures. All black cast. So I'm not worried. It was in the 1930s or something like that, 30s or 40s, one of those two, they had a play and they turned it into a movie. Warner Brothers stole enough hop on that there, but hey, I digress. Let's go back to, so you finished that in Joel?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more.
Read real
This
quick.
book of Joel chapter 2, verse 28.
29.
29. And also upon your servants and upon your handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit, and I will shew wonders in the heavens.
He's going to show wonders in the heavens, keep going.
And in the earth.
And in the earth. Hey, why is that happening? Why are all these manholes just opening up and swallowing people? Keep going.
Blood and fire.
Blood and fire.
And pillars of smoke.
And pillars of smoke. So you wonder why when LA tried getting rid of the Bible, Most High said, okay, I'm about to show you how fire can dance and talk and walk. They had fire down there that was jumping over 95. I mean, not 95, but jumping over highways. Mm-hmm. What fire you know can jump over a highway that's 12 lanes long and 6 lanes long and 8 lanes? Fire on one side of the road. They say, you know what, let's jump over the road and start burning that side up now. Keep going.
And the sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Most High come.
And that stuff is going to happen. And out of nowhere, they showed up ramping up the eclipses. Oh, this is the best eclipse ever. Oh, this is the supermoon that's happening. Oh, every year there's a supermoon. This is the brightest one ever. This is the best eclipse that ever happened. Look, it's making a big X on the United States. Oh, hey, man. I'm not going to go that deep.
There's a video I put in the group chat up where they showed they had 2 suns at the same time. They couldn't explain what happened.
Hey, man, we're not diving into that. Sirach. Let's jump back to Sirach.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 9.
Verse 10.
Yep, verse 10. She is with all flesh according to his gift.
Yep.
And he had given her to them that love him.
Yep.
For the fear of the most High is honor and glory and gladness and a crown of rejoicing. The fear of the Most High maketh a merry heart and giveth joy and gladness and a long life.
And a what?
A long life.
So when you fear the Most High, and when you reverence the Most High, all these things come to you. So you can't be walking around, I just want to do this. You can't be acting like that and get joy. How can you be afraid and still have joy in your heart? How can you be afraid and all these gifts are being given to you? That means you're doing something right. You're reverencing your father. When you're a good child, guess what? Your father rewards you. That's all that is. Keep going.
Whoso feareth the Most High, it shall go well with him at the last.
At the last, meaning at the last end, if you did well with the Most High, come here, my son. Come here, my daughter. Keep going.
And he shall find favor in the day of his death.
You shall find favor in the day of your death. So people are dying. If you was doing what you had to do, people should be rejoicing. Oh man, don't you know? What he did when he was here, we praise the Father because the good works he performed. We praise the Father according to what Matthew 5:16 said. You found favor with the Most High in your death. So people are like, what he did, how he got favor.
We read about that in Wisdom of Solomon too.
Yeah, we touched on that, but keep going.
Okay. Verse 14. To fear the Most High is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb.
So in your womb, you was created with reverence for the Father that was in heaven. It was created with you in the womb. It didn't come to fruition right immediately, but you had it in you. You walked this earth and you said, no, I don't really want to indulge in that. Or if you did indulge in it, you felt very mad and terrible about what you just did. Some people do wicked acts and be like, oh man, that was fun, boy.
Right?
Woo! Boy, I love that.
Yeah, do it again.
Other people like, damn, man, did I really do that nonsense? Dang.
You just feel bad about it. You feel like,
Dang. Why did I do that? God darn it, man. Trying to shut a Friday Saturday. But hey, let's keep going.
Verse 16. No, sorry, 15. She had built an everlasting foundation with men.
That's the wisdom.
And she shall continue with their seed.
Oh, even in your children. Because you're supposed to raise your children up in this. And if you do, wisdom is going to continue with your seed. Keep going.
The fear of the Most High is fullness of wisdom.
The fear of the Most High is the fullness of, can't get no better than that. Can't get no clearer than that. Keep going.
And filleth men with her fruits.
Yep.
She filleth all their houses with things desirable.
Your house will be filled with things that are desirable when you fear the Most High. Because when you have wisdom, all this stuff is added unto you. Keep going.
And the gardeners with her increase.
The gardeners. Go ahead.
The fear of the Most High is a crown of wisdom.
The fear of the Most High is a crown. Come on, man. So that's how you know it's not like, how you gonna get a crown of wisdom if you moving like this? No. You gotta reverence your Father and He will reward you. Keep going.
Verse 18. The fear of the Most High is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gifts of Yahweh.
This is a gift. You don't give your children gifts because they fear you. You give them gifts because they listen to what you have to say. They taking heed to the warnings that you give them. They taking heed to the word that you lay down in the house. Keep going.
And it enlargeth their rejoicing that love Him.
Yep.
Wisdom raineth down skill and knowledge of understanding.
Wisdom raineth down skills. Come on, man. And understanding. I mean, y'all, that should be plain and simple. Keep going.
And exalteth them to honor that hold her fast.
And he's going to do what?
Honor them that hold her.
Oh, no.
And exalteth them to honor that hold her fast.
When you hold wisdom, it's going to exalt you because you honoring who you should honor. Wisdom's going to honor you, in return, you're going to honor wisdom. It was already ordained for you to have it, and you're going to know how to work it and control it when you do have it in your hands. Keep going.
Verse 20. The root of wisdom is the fear of the Most High, and the branches thereof are long life.
Are a long life. You're going through this long life with peace. You're happy with desirable things, with a crown of wisdom, knowing how to operate and knowing how to move, with reverence on you, being humble. Keep going, man.
The fear of the Most High driveth away sins.
The fear of the Most High driveth away sin. Pause right there for Proverbs 8:13. I believe it's 8:13. Let me see. Did I call it out right?
It was the book of Proverbs, chapter 8,
Yep.
verse 13. The fear of the Most High is to hate evil.
Pause right there. Read it again.
The fear of the Most High is to hate evil.
Now go back into Sirach, but that's it there.
Book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 21. The fear of the Most High driveth away sins.
Why does it drive away sin? Because in Proverbs we know that the fear of the Most High hate evil. So if you hate evil, guess what you're going to do? You're going to drive sin away from you.
It's right there in black and white.
So did that say be afraid and be scared? Or did it say drive sin away from you? Let's read some of these sayings.
Back to the book of Proverbs, 8 verse 13.
Huh.
The fear of the Most High is to hate evil.
Yep.
Pride.
Pride Month.
It's a big one right there.
They literally got a month called Pride Month.
They made pride?
What's the next word?
Arrogancy.
How arrogant can you be? To literally call a month Pride Month. If that's not arrogant, arrogancy, to be arrogant, I don't know what it is.
Most High's a poet.
Keep going.
This is the book of Proverbs, 8 and verse 13 again. The fear of the Most High is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way.
The LGBTQLPNFIZYXVWUTR. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. I had to do it like that so they don't try to block us. But this is the forward mouth. You going around talking about gay BCs. You saying there's nothing wrong with a transsexual dressed like a dragon mixed with horns, saying, I'm going to go to read story time at the library. That's the forward way. That's the forward mouth. You saying nothing wrong with doing this. Keep going. In Proverbs.
Arrogancy and the evil way and the forward mouth do I hate.
The Most High hate those things. And if the Most High hate those things, and He told you to drive this thing away from you, guess what you should do? Hate it as well. Now, this is the part that comes in, because they like to say, God does not hate the sinner, but the sin. No, that's our position to have. Is that I don't like you doing that, brother. Leave that wicked act alone.
I don't want to.
The Most High said He didn't give us a license to sin to go do what we wanted to do all willy-nilly. He never gave us a license to do what we want. But you know what they say? Go, man, that's like, do what thou will. And that's one of the things that Hashatan like to deal with. Let's go back to Sirach. Read one verse again, and we're going to jump right back in Proverbs.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 21. The fear of the Most High driveth away driveth away sins. And where is it present, it turneth away wrath.
And where it is present, it turneth away wrath. Read the next verse.
A furious man cannot be justified.
A furious man cannot be justified. Your mind ain't wrapped too tight. You can't be justified in what you're doing. Keep going.
For the sway of his fury shall be his destruction.
You back and forth. And how your fury lasts, you will be destroyed. Proverbs begin. 29 and 22. Proverbs.
29 and 22. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 22. An angry man stirreth up strife.
Yep.
And a furious man aboundeth in transgression.
A furious man does what?
Aboundeth in transgression.
That means you're going to be in sin. When you angry at something for no reason, and now mind you, some people are good at this, and I might be good at this as well. Because when I get angry, look, especially at certain things can fly out of your mouth. You can say certain things. You can go and commit certain acts. And some of these acts might be sinful towards your brother or your sister. So we got to watch ourselves in this. We got to work on that. You might see it happening, and that's where your brother supposed to be at. Brother, don't do that. Calm down. Relax. Walk away. Take a breather. Count to 10. And this is what this is what that is for. That's why you're supposed to be dwelling around righteous men. So the righteous man can get you back in line.
precept right here too, for what was read.
What?
This is the book of Proverbs 29 and verse 27.
Uh-huh.
An unjust man is an abomination to the just. And he that is upright in the ways is an abomination to the wicked.
It's an abomination to the wicked. And that's what goes down, man. You gotta find a balance in what you do. Let's go back to Sirach.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 23. And verse 22. A furious man cannot be justified, for the sway of his fury shall be his destruction.
Yep.
A patient man will bear for a time, and afterward joy shall spring up unto him.
And what?
And joy shall spring up unto him.
So if you're patient, and mind you, this is part of the works or the fruits of the Spirit is that patience. We ain't gonna read it, but when you get a chance, Galatians chapter 5 and verse 16 on that. But keep going.
Verse 24.
Uh-huh.
He will hide his words for a time,
Yep.
and the lips of many shall declare his wisdom.
Yep.
The parables of knowledge are in treasures of wisdom.
The parables of knowledge are in the parables.
The treasures of
The
wisdom.
parables of knowledge are in the treasures of wisdom. So a lot of wise people, guess what they might speak? Parables. Don't let the parable escape you. Keep going.
But the godliness is an abomination to a sinner.
The what?
But godliness is an abomination to a sinner.
Right. Godliness or righteousness is an abomination to a sinner. If you're around doing righteous things, the sinner ain't gonna like that. The sinner is gonna say, well, your righteousness is an abomination to him. The same way the Most High say, your sin is an abomination to me. How about that then? That's why. Keep going. 26.
Yep. If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments.
Say that again.
If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments.
Keep going.
And the Most High shall give her unto thee.
Yep. Keep going.
For the fear of the Most High is wisdom and instruction, and faith and meekness are his delight.
Read that one more time.
For the fear of the Most High is wisdom and instruction.
So the fear of the Most High is wisdom and instruction. So how can you say you're afraid of something and you're going to have instruction at the same time? That don't go together. You're going to be afraid to make a move to do something. I think I'm going to mess up. Wow. Free. You can't do that. But it just told us fear is the what again?
Verse 27. For the fear of the Most High is wisdom and instruction.
You're going to know how to move. And you're going to have wisdom when you move. Keep going.
And faith and meekness are his delight.
And with the fear, you're going to have meekness and faith. Keep going.
Distrust not the fear of the Most High.
Do what?
Distrust not the fear of the Most High when thou art poor.
Because a lot of people get poor. Oh, man. Dad. Come on, Dad. Because he done did something to you. And now you're going to just trust him now. Because he might have been a little stern on something. But don't let your reverence for your father lead you astray and say, oh, no, I can't do that no more. I can't follow you because you put me in this position. Not knowing that's the position you probably need to be in. A little tidbit. I don't even know if I can say it right. I don't even know if I'm going to say it right. But I'm going to try. Darn. I'm trying to think how it goes because it's like a 3-step process. When we was growing up, stuff was somewhat hard. So we try to make it easier for our children. Our children have had it so easy that they children, they will make weak. They're so weak, when they're trying to go, they're going to make their children poor. That's not how it goes, but the words they use in a sense. You feel me? Because it's going to be a cycle. That's why you can't just give your child everything. Oh, I want to give my child everything because that didn't happen. No. You're the way you are because of what you went through. you need to instill that into your kids as well, so they know, oh, this ain't no cakewalk out here. But the Most High is going to put everything back in this order. Right now, we're not in our proper order. I don't like going to work. Like a lot of other brothers and sisters don't like going to work. You wonder why when you out there, you might start a new job, be enthusiastic about it. Yeah, because after a month or two, you're like, I don't want to be here.
Yep.
I don't want to be here.
The first day.
What's
The
the right
first
decision?
day.
God darn it, what have I done to myself? I came out the gates running. No, I don't like this. Listen, you know you should be doing something else with your life. Because other people don't care though. They out there on that paper chase. I gotta get it. So I can go out here and do this and do that. But all right, paper chase gonna get you caught up. Let's keep going.
Verse 28 again. Book of Sirach chapter 1, verse 28.
Come.
Distrust not the fear of the Most High when thou art poor, and come not unto him with a double heart.
Do not come unto him with a double heart, a double-minded man. That's all I'm saying. Keep going.
But not an hypocrite in his, be not an hypocrite in the sight of men,
Double-minded. Keep going.
and take good heed what thou speakest.
Take what?
Take good heed what thou speakest.
Take a good heed about what you're talking about and what you're saying before these men. Matter of fact, Matthew 23. 23 and 12 real quick. Because this happened. It happened. This happened. At Christ saw. You got it?
Yep.
Go ahead and get it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 12.
Yep.
And whosoever shall exalt himself, whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased.
Oh, darn. I did it too early.
Next one, yeah, that's so. So shall I be first? No, that's
Now, read Sirach first.
Yeah.
I thought that was a double-minded one, but was it up wrong there somewhere? No, it wasn't.
So,
Read Sirach first.
this book of Sirach, the 1 verse 29 again. Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul.
Keep going.
And so Yahweh discovered thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to fear the Most High, but thy heart is full of deceit.
And that's the key thing. You didn't come to fear the Most High. You didn't come to reverence the Most High. You came to deceive like a snake, sneaky. Now read Matthew.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 13.
12.
Verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
Keep going.
But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites!
What?
Hypocrites!
That's what we just went over. Hypocrites. A hypocrite is a person that says one thing but does another. I tell you, brother, you shouldn't smoke. Then I go outside where you can't see me and I find a big one and I smoke. That's a hypocrite. People don't, and the sad part about it, Christianity don't teach our people this simple, basic thing of what a hypocrite is, or why certain words are spoken in the New Testament. You can't judge me, as we saw doing I'm saying doing that fag fest when we was out there teaching on South Beach, doing the legion of them goddamn pride, arrogant, loud-mouthed Negroes, part of that Eminem group, I'm gonna call it. Because they little soft candies. Keep going.
Downfall of my nation, I think so. Verse 13. Or 14.
13.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows.
No, 13. You ain't finished 13.
I'm sorry. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men.
Yep.
For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in.
They don't go in, and you don't want nobody else going in as well. You follow me? They know they ain't going to be able to get into the kingdom.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you're going to shut the kingdom down for everybody else that can, so they can't make it.
I can't
They're
go.
trying to shut it. If they go down, they want you to go down.
Exactly. Exactly. Why you treating the people like that? Giving them a lame animal. You sell them the animal by robbing them. The animal should cost, let's say, $5. You sell it to them for $10. Oh, see, it's weigh this, so this is why I gotta give it to you like this. But you messing with the weights. Keep going. Verse 14.
Verse 14. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites!
Twice now. Keep going.
For ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation.
Pause right there. Now, that same thing, Clubhouse, they got a room on there where they literally go in there and they pray all day.
What?
You might click on there one time and all you're going to hear, what about, now mind you, imagine hearing that, but 20 people doing it all at the same time.
That's confusion again.
Yeah.
Now all this confusion, it causes a headache. What the heck's going on in here? Oh no, I dip out. Like, what's going on? What the heck just happened to me? That's no. No more research. Trying, because I still got the second chapter. We ain't even get through the first chapter. We just finished the first chapter. We ain't gonna keep going to the hypocrites because he's gonna keep saying hypocrites. You feel me? But let's jump back to Sirach chapter 2, verse 1.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1.
Okay.
My son, if thou serve the Most High, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Yep.
Set thy heart aright.
Set your mind aright. Keep going.
And constantly endure.
Endure what?
And make not haste in the time of trouble.
Don't be hasty, meaning don't distrust the Most High because you fell poor. He just told us that a couple of verses up in chapter 1. So we can't get caught up. Keep going.
Cleave unto him and depart not away.
Yep.
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
At the what?
At thy last end.
At the last end, meaning your death. If not your death, right before. If not right before, 30 years before you die, you've been increased. And if for 30 years you get to live good, because you did what the Most High wanted you to do, and you was found to be a faithful servant. Now you can go out with a bang, as they say. You done got death and you get your reward on top of it. The Most High blessed you twice. You come back and like, damn, I'm here back. Oh, this is the kingdom. Wow. And I ain't talking about in heaven, I'm talking about here on earth. Coming right on back. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Listen, don't forget to pick the light, the water, Rich, the water. Pop brother right there.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
What he requires of you?
To walk, but to fear the Most High thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Most High thy power with all thy heart.
What did you read?
12.
10 and 20.
10, 20. Okay.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 10 and 20. I'm like, what is it? It sounded like it started out the same, but it ain't.
So, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 20. Thou shalt fear the Most High thy power. Him shalt thou serve, and to him shalt thou cleave, and swear by his name.
Keep going.
He is thy praise.
He is what?
He is thy praise. He is thy power.
Yep.
That hath done for thee these great and terrible things.
He's done great and terrible things. Not just to you, but to the ones that harmed you. Because mind you, this is the time that they was coming out of Egypt. They saw the great stuff he did and the terrible stuff he did. Keep going.
Which thine eyes have seen.
Their eyes got to see it. Now, we can only see it, but we have to perceive this is the Most High doing this. But they literally got to see, I'm going to say, it rained over there, all these frogs, over here ain't nothing happening. Wait, what? It was dark everywhere, but over here we was straight. We had our pastor walking to our house, and we woke up to people, To see that, Maya and many other wonderful works, they got to see that. They literally got to see a man do like this. See open up and you get to walk through. Now you walk through, you see the shark sitting right there and all kind of fish that's at the edge, swimming back and forth. You saw a real aquarium.
Yeah, God.
And you wonder why they built SeaWorld with the glass so you can go and see what happened.
Oh, why is that done?
Yep.
You wonder why they do stuff like that. They try to live that experience. But Israel got to see that without glass. If one of them got slick, he could have ran his finger down through. As he walked through, he could have had his finger in the water.
Yeah.
Just imagine. And guess, I guarantee you, there was an Israelite that did that.
Rocky so, man, you know Jake, boy.
Jake crazy like that. That can't be real. Little kids running by, jumping in the water, jumping out real quick. You don't know what happened. You got to think about how we act today. We was the same way back then. Nothing different.
Yeah, we do that with the car window ride. You know, riding down the highway with the car down, the window down.
With your hand outside, like you're riding away. But this is what we do. If you do that with the wind, imagine what you do with the water. And you get to see it.
Yep.
Kids left with them. You know how hard it is to control a child from not running off?
Yep.
So imagine him running off and poof, get out of that water, trying to get away from these people. Hey man, keep going to Deuteronomy, man.
Verse 22. Thy fathers went down into Egypt with 70 persons, and now the Most High thy power had made thee as the stars of heaven for multitude.
Let's jump back to Sirach. But this is the things that Most High talked about. When you brought to a lower state, you'll be increased at the last sin. They was brought to a lower state in in Egypt. But at the last sin, they was increased. They walked in cool, gained their people, and then got put in bondage. Held on, because Most High remember what he said to his forefathers. Okay, let me bring y'all out of this. Keep going to Sirach.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 4.
Come.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower estate.
Yep.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
So in your adversity, this is how you're being tried. How you going to handle yourself? I ain't going to touch it, but 1 Peter 1:7 talks about the same thing. In the New Testament, how men are tried in this furnace of adversity. We're to find gold. We're the prize to be won. But let's keep going.
Believe in him, and he will help thee.
Yep.
Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
Yep.
Ye that fear the Most High, wait for his mercy.
That fear the Most High. Wait for his mercy. His mercy is there. Keep going.
And go not aside, lest ye fall.
Lest you what?
Lest ye fall.
And that's the key thing. You might fall if you go astray from the Most High. If you don't fall, you definitely got to drop to your knees and praise the Most High. He had mercy on you, not to let you fall. But it might come sooner or later. You feel me? So we got to try to be on our P's and Q's definitely now, walking on eggshells with the Most High. Let's get it.
Ye that fear the Most High, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail.
So how you going to be afraid of something and expect a reward at the same time? It doesn't go hand in hand. You see what happened now when a parent beats their child too much. They walk around with fear. That fear turns into resentment. So we understand it's not that kind of fear. Keep going.
Ye that fear the Most High, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail.
Yep.
Ye that fear the Most High, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Most High, and was confounded?
Did anybody trust in the Most High and got confounded at the last end? Dang, Most High. You did. I came out on top. My bad. Now, mind you, at the end of Sirach and gold were great men that you can look back at times of old. These men looked towards the Most High. They feared the Most High. And they found none of the men at the end. Let's keep going.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? On whom did he ever despise but called upon him? For the fear of the Most High is a full compassion and mercy, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction.
Read that again, slowly.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 11. For the fear of the Most High is full of compassion and mercy.
No, man, read it properly.
For the fear of the Most High.
Dude, what you see?
Oh, sorry.
You got caught up with just saying fear. You just throwing fear in there now, man. I'm looking like, dude, there's a word missing out of my book.
Still out, man. You're right.
I was in the fear that I was blind.
Let's go to the blue one. Okay. One more time. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 11. For the Most High is full of compassion and mercy.
Yep.
Long suffering and very pitiful.
Now, it's not saying the Most High is pitiful like that, but he's long suffering and pitiful, meaning he's going to give you a chance to get your act together to do what?
Righteous.
And forgiveth sins.
That means you got to repent. He's going to forgive your sin, but guess what you got to do in order for him to forgive your sin? Repent from that sin. You got to go to him humbly on your knees, face towards the earth. Most High, please forgive. I have committed this wicked act before your face and dishonored you by doing such and such and such. Can't just say, you forgive me. No, call out what you did. I call out what you, Day of Atonement just left. That's what we were supposed to do. Call out what we did. So he can forgive us from all the craziness and wickedness we did throughout the year. Man, I yelled at that brother over there, man. He got on my nerve. But we ain't brothers, though. Keep going. Ain't they brothers, though? No, we're not brothers. Man, read.
And save it in time of affliction. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth.
Oh, slack. I had to touch on that. Woe be to fearful hearts. Destruction to a fearful heart. That's the fearful heart. It's just saying woe to that thing. Destruction to that. Stop acting like that around the Most High. He wants you to be happy and joyful. Give me my just due. You give me my just due, I'll look out for you. It's that simple. Keep going.
Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth 2 ways.
I'm about to go over here. I'm about to do what I want to do. Double-mindedness. Keep going.
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
Oh, the Most High ain't going to do that to me, man. He said he going to do that. He ain't going to do that. He said he was going to give me the kingdom, man. He ain't going to do that. Okay. That's a faint-hearted person. You don't believe what the Most High just said. What, for real? You think you can do it on your own? All right, I got a trick for you, bro. Watch this. Keep going.
Therefore shall he not be defended.
Nobody gonna defend you now. When stuff started to come to you, I should try to attack with everybody. Why am my life going like this? Why I'm going through all of this? Because you was faint-hearted, you didn't fear the Most High. You thought the Most High was a joke. Okay. You ain't being defended now. Keep going.
Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Most High shall visit you?
You done lost patience with the Most High. You done went off and went astray. Now the Most High got to visit you with one of them angels.
Took your hand off the plow.
Say it again.
Took your hand off the plow. Oh, the scripture. That's the scripture.
No, you don't need scripture, but that's what I'm saying. You done took your hand off the plow. You supposed to be working, and you say, you know what? I just want to go visit the world just for a moment. I'll be back.
Yeah, come on, yep.
And when you go out there and visit the world, you might not come back. If you come back, you got to be happy. Oh, the Most High didn't catch me. But he hit me one time, and that's why I got this limp. But I'm okay. I'm back. I know better. Keep going. That's the thing, man.
Verse 15. They that fear the Most High will not disobey his word. And they that love him will keep his ways.
Come. Keep going.
They that fear the Most High will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
And they that love him shall be what?
Shall be filled with the law.
It's that simple, man. How can you fear and love at the same time? Let's let you know it's a different kind. It's the context. Keep going.
They that fear the Most High will prepare their hearts, and humble their souls in his sight.
Do what?
And will humble their souls in his sight.
They that fear the Most High will prepare their hearts and humble their souls. How can you get around that? That's telling you what the fear of the Most High is. You preparing yourself and you humbling your soul before the Most High. The fear of the Most High is to have a humble soul. It's that simple. Keep going.
Verse 18, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Most High, and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
So don't fear man, fear the Most High. Man, you can't do nothing because at the end of the day, who on hands I'm going to fall into? It's always the Most High hands I'm going to fall into. Always. Through and through. What we got online? Look, sister, I'm making the sister laugh. What you don't do that thing? That's good right there. You let that thing
What you
change.
on screen?
Shalom. What's this that is? That's on Untitled Chapter. We just met her. That's your Alma? Ah, Shalom, sis. Shalom, shalom. Did she have a question? That's why she was raising her hand?
Oh, no. To the courthouse.
Oh, she said she knew. Oh, that's why she did that? All right, come. Come. So the sister was on your almost logged in tonight. Come. All praise be to the Most High. And you put all the verses up there. Come. Again, Sirach or sorry family that we couldn't have the verses pop up at the bottom of the screen. So wrong with our internet right now. I got a few minutes. Anybody that got any questions or any comments?
You got a comment?
All right, Con, yes, that's what he just told me. You might be there. El Israel is online. Shalom. Shalom. Glad you tuned in, brother. You need to come on back. Was he here for the Tabernacles? Did you see him?
Freddie Ellis?
Yeah. You know who that is, right? I gotta show you who he is. He came last Shabbat service. Yeah. Because he was standing behind somebody that was popping his head out. How you doing, I was like, what? I saw him, like, did that be you? Mm-hmm. Good brother right there. That's a good brother right there. Come on back. Come back. One of the staff, he made the con. What you mean, no? Oh, he asked the question to come to tabs. All right, con. You missed it, Op. You missed it. I didn't get a chance to cook my grilled cheese and Philly cheese steaks, but they had a water balloon fight, water fights, all kind of different stuff, man. It was a trip. We was at a new park for the Tabernacles. Most I willing, this is what we're going to do next year. It's already talked about. We're going to do it. We're going back to that same park. Not just better. We rent everything. We're going to rent it off when we find out the dates. A couple of brothers going to get together and we're going to rent the whole park out. So nobody else can come in a sense. The criminal side, we rent that out too. Nobody over there. But you see right at the last day down there, they just popped up out of nowhere. Some Edomites just popped up out of nowhere. I was over there cooking pizza and all kinds of stuff. So we said we're going to lock the whole park down, man. Forget that. It was too nice. The park was too nice. Did y'all get to hear the lion roar at night?
Yeah. No, in the morning.
In the morning, the lions is out there roaring. You can't beat that, man. You cannot beat having a tabernacle and you just hear a lion in the background roaring.
Yeah, I was confused at first. Like, what is that, a speaker? Well, I understood what it was. The lions. Wow.
The lions.
Wow.
So to have a tabernacle with lions in the midst of you, not in the midst, I ain't gonna say in the midst, I ain't gonna go out and say that, but they was close enough to where you can hear them. I'll just say that. You can hear them. Next year, bro,
Lord willing.
Lord's willing. Hey, I'm saying the same thing. I'm saying the same thing. That very first tabernacle though, I was able to take the whole week, and I was just what's the word they use when you homeless? Not a hobbit, but
Hobo.
hobo. I was a hobo at the tabernacle. I was a tabernacle hobo, going from tent to tent. Nobody sleeping in this one? I got it. Anybody in this one? Nope, I got it. Darn right. I jumped from tent to tent till my days came up where the tents I rented was there. And I slept in my own tent, but then brothers started hoboing me, coming in my tent. I had my tent decked out. I had chairs in it. I let the elders sleep. I had somewhere to sleep. But I let all the brothers sleep there, and I just slept in the chair. But that was my first tabernacle, though, and it was beautiful. Beautiful. Got to go fishing. I didn't get to go fishing this time around, and I had a fishing hole right down the street, too. I wasn't able to go catch some big ones. I wanted to go catch a couple of big bass and specks and all that, man. I just break them down, fry them up. Wasn't able to do it this year, most high willing. And I don't really want to be at this gig, but if I'm still at this gig, time to build up. Don't look for it. Just give me my money for the week, and I'll holler at you. It's done. I can't say nothing.
Can't wait.
Baby, I'll bring the baby a couple of days, but you stay home, baby. I don't need you out here getting ate up and bit up.
Yeah, leave.
Because at night, them things are out there going crazy. And for some odd reason, every tabernacle, it rains. It rains for some odd reason, man.
It's because it's
It
season.
rains. It gotta be. It gotta be. We in South Florida, so we in the rainy season. Other spots might be beautiful. But where we was at, raining. And I don't know, but that's what happened.
We still have fun though. We still had lots of fun. Even though it's raining for a few hours of the day, we still had a lot of fun. Everyone was vibing, doing their thing. All praises to the Most High. It made us appreciate the sunny days that we're having. So that was the best part.
No, this was a trip down Park. One of the nights one of the days I was traveling there. It's raining, trying to get there. But as soon as I pulled into the park, the rain stopped. You pull outside, it's raining again. I'm like, wait a minute. It's like just that area had no rain. Like you said, it rained a few times because the Most High got to let the rain fall, water the grass and stuff. But okay, that's enough rain for y'all. Stop it right in that section. It doesn't happen here right at the school before, where literally I'm on the aisle. Thunder, rain, all kind of stuff. But I can see in the distance, like, dude, it's raining over there. But past there, you can see like it's just a little area cut out where there ain't no rain.
Wow.
And again, just like I said, we have to perceive that that's the Most High doing that. Because who controls the rain anyway? I'm giving y'all a chance to see how I did it in Egypt. I'm letting it rain all around y'all, but where y'all at, you're going to be fine. So it was beautiful, man. It was a beautiful time. Sisters came in from Maryland. His Alma came. She up the road. Come. So to see her and come in. And I was like, who is you? You look like him, but what's... Yeah, that's his Alma. I said, what? No, all praises, all praises. All praises, man. But it was beautiful. Any questions pop like that? Nope. Sis. You can honor. Hallelujah.
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 Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Bahashim.
Yahawashi.
Bahashim.
Yahawashi.
Come. All praise be to the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. For truly your mercy endure forever. Thank you, Yahweh, for allowing us to go through this class and allowing us to feed the people with the knowledge that you have bestowed upon us, that they may eat and be filled in this midweek, that they can be full until the Shabbat comes up and get fed again on the Shabbat, going through the Torah portion, or keeping the Shabbat, however they so fit keeping the Shabbat, by as long as they keep the commandments according to Leviticus 23. Have the righteous angels encamp around Yasharallah, the repentant and the unrepentant, that the unrepentant may come back into the fold and start keeping thy law, statute, commandments, O Most High. Most High have the righteous angels still, as we read in scriptures, to be our shield and our buckler, that they may put a hedge around the children of Yasharallah, that no evil or wickedness may touch them, O Most High. And the Most High have the righteous angels, Salaki, have the healing angels encamp around those that are sick in Yasharallah. I forget a couple of the elders' names right now, and family members that are lost people. We have our elder that's up at Church Coast, Elder Yahawashi, that has passed. So have the healing angels around his family and keep them and have strengthen them as the funeral is coming up, O Most High. And Most High, please receive our prayer and our supplication in Psalms 32.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 32. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man unto whom the Most High imputed not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile. When I kept silence, my bones waxed old, through my roaring all the day long. For day and night thy hand was heavy upon me. My moisture is turned into the drought of summer. Salah. I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgression unto the Most High, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. Salah. For this shall everyone that is godly pray unto thee, in a time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters they shall not come nigh unto him. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. Salah. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way that thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. Be ye not as the horse, or as the mule, which must be held in with bit and bridle, lest thou come near unto thee. My sorrow shall be to the wicked, but he that trusteth in the Most High, mercy shall compass him about. Be glad in the Most High, and rejoice, ye righteous, and shout for joy, all ye that are upright in heart. Bahasham Hamashek Yahawashi, the water to yard, Amen.
Amen. Get the Most High hand. Again, the water for those that logged in today, the water for those that will log into the future. Please tune in for the Tuesday class as they be at the Bring It Out show, Flex FM. They ask the powerful Chief Minister Shalimar and a powerful Captain Unwan go through scriptures and give breakdowns and understanding. Tune in again, like I said, thank you to Wednesday Wisdom class. Tune in to our Friday class with the Elder Lapalau or one of the powerful captains, Malatazak, as they go over the history of Yasharallah. Tune in Saturday to our Torah portion, which is always a powerful portion. Tune in to the Lee County station. I'm at the Treasure Coast, Lee County, Dade County, any more pages, and in Georgia. We opened up a new, Augusta, Georgia. We opened up, and Highlands County. Check those camps out. If you have people that are in those areas, Augusta, Georgia, or close to Augusta, Georgia, Highlands, Florida, Lee County, Florida, western part of Florida, Treasure Coast, we got camps in those areas, and also Dade County. We got camps in those areas. We got schools that are popping up, so get in contact with them brothers that you may come and visit and dwell in brotherhood and sisterhood. Tune in Sunday to the powerful Captain Yahawashi as he goes over the Life or Death radio show. I don't know why I can't remember that, because that brother goes into life or death, because this is a life or death thing when it comes down to the soul for the Most High. Right. With that, I say shalom to the people. Stay prayed up, stay faithed up, and keep the fear of the Most High by keeping these laws.